Hare Krishna. Srila Rupa Goswami mentions in Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu in 4th division about 7 indirect ecstasies or the Gaun Rasas, 7 Gaun Rasas, which are laughing, Hasya Bhakti Ras, astonishment, Adbhut Bhakti Ras, chivalry, Veer Bhakti Ras, compassion, Karuna Bhakti Ras, anger, Raudra Bhakti Ras, dread, Bhayanak Bhakti Ras, and ghastliness, Vibhats Bhakti Ras. So these are 7 indirect ecstasies, and these are called secondary rasas. So why are they called secondary rasas? Because the 5 primary rasas which we have discussed earlier, they were permanent, while these secondary bhakti rasas, they are temporary. They either increase when they combine with the primary rasas, 5 mukhya rasas, they either increase the ecstasy, or sometimes when the situation is incompatible, then they diminish the ecstasy of the primary ras. So knowing of these rasas is very important, because by knowing through these rasas, either we can increase the pleasure of Lord Krishna, or we can mistake by mistake we can diminish the pleasure of Lord Krishna. So knowing of these rasas is very, very important. So first of all, we'll start with laughing ecstasy or Hasya Bhakti Ras. So example here is given by Srila Rupa Goswami of a mendicant, of an old mendicant who came to the house of Yashoda Mai, and little Krishna, upon seeing that mendicant, seeing that skinny mendicant, Lord Krishna, as a child, he says to Yashoda Mai that I'll not go near this old mendicant, otherwise he'll trap me, he'll take me away in his bag. So upon hearing this childish talk of Lord Krishna, that old mendicant, he smiles, but he cannot hide his smile, and there is created this laughing ecstasy. So this is one example. And another example, when Krishna is playing with his friends, so one of his friends lures Krishna that I'll give you a sweet in your mouth, open your mouth, I'll give you a sweet mixed with yogurt. And when Krishna opens his mouth, then that friend, instead of putting that sweet into Krishna's mouth, he puts one tasteless flower into Krishna's mouth, and hence a situation is created where everyone laughs. So this is Hasya Bhakti Ras. Now Rupa Goswami has classified this rasas into 6 categories, which is like Smita, Hasita, Vihasita, Avhasita, Aphasita, and Atihasita. This is depending upon the intensities of laughter, or the intensity of the situation, of laughing situation that is created there. So we need not go into detail of such things. This is just to make you aware of these things which are going on in the spiritual world. So much variety. So the second Bhakti Ras is astonishment or Adbhut Bhakti Ras. Now here example given is of Narad Muni, when he visited Dwarka and he sees Lord Krishna simultaneously present in 16,108 palaces, and then when he sees Krishna simultaneously, then astonishment is there. Narad Muni is astonished that how is it possible, and this Bhakti Ras is created over there. And another example given is of when Krishna, after swallowing the forest fire, when the cowherd friends of Krishna opened their eyes and they saw that the fire has vanished and they are saved, then they thought that this must be the one of the activities, one of the marvelous activities which is created by Krishna. So another example, this is another example of Adbhut Bhakti Ras. And the third example is of Veer or chivalry Bhakti Ras. So chivalry Bhakti Ras, Rupa Goswami classifies chivalrous Bhakti Ras into 4 categories: Yudh, Veer Bhakti Ras, then Danveer Bhakti Ras, Dayaveer Bhakti Ras, and Dharmaveer Bhakti Ras. So the first example is Yuddhaveer Bhakti Ras. When Sridham and Krishna they fight amongst each other in mock fighting at the bank of Yamuna, then all the friends of Krishna they enjoy this Yuddhaveer Bhakti Ras. Then similarly Danveer Bhakti Ras. Now here sometimes Krishna this dan is given to the Lord, and sometimes Lord gives charity to the devotee. So the first example, when the charity is given to the Lord, so example is given of like Priti Dan, where Yudhishthira Maharaj in Rajasuya Yagya he offers charity to Lord Krishna out of love. So that is Priti Dan Bhakti Ras. And the second is Puja Dan Bhakti Ras, when Bali Maharaj, when Lord Vaman asked him for 3 steps of land, then Bali Maharaj gave him in charity 3 steps of land, committed 3 steps of land in charity, considering Krishna as his puja, as his aradhya. So this is Danveer Bhakti Ras. And another type is when charity is given by the Lord to the devotee. Now classical example given is when Dhruv Maharaj is offered all opulences, when Lord gives him darshan and tells him to ask any benediction, then Dhruv Maharaj says that Kritartho Asmi Varam na yache, that now when I have directly seen you, when you have already given me your darshan, then I do not need anything else from you. So this is, Srila Prabhupada writes, this is real love, when Lord is ready to give but devotee says that I do not want anything from you. So this is Danveer Bhakti Ras. Then next is Dayaveer Bhakti Ras. Now here example is given of Mayurdhwaj king. So Mayurdhwaj, when Krishna disguised as Brahman asked King Mayurdhwaj half of his body, and that too had to be cut by his own wife and his child, then Mayurdhwaj, considering, knowing the fact that Krishna has come in the guise of Brahman, he out of mercy he allows his body to be chopped off by his wife and child for the satisfaction of Krishna. So this is Dayaveer Bhakti Ras. And last is Dharmaveer Bhakti Ras. Like example is given like Yudhishthira Maharaj in Rajasuya Yagya. So he is performing demigod worship to satisfy Krishna. So this is following dharma to satisfy Krishna. This is Dharmaveer Bhakti Ras. So now the fourth ras is Karuna or compassion or lamentation. So a classical example is given in Srimad Bhagavatam is of Kaliya Nag. So when Krishna entered the poisonous water of Yamuna, knowing that this Kaliya Naga is inside it, and Yashoda Mai, upon knowing this fact that there is imminent danger to Krishna, then fearing forthcoming tragedy, this Yashoda Ma shows this compassion or this lamentation, this and exhibiting this Karuna Bhakti Ras. So here acharyas comment that other like laughing ecstasy can come even when there is sometimes seen even when there is no attachment to Krishna, but this Karuna, this compassion or this fear of tragedy will come in the devotee only when he is lovingly attached to Krishna. So this ras is above other rasas. And next is Krodh or anger Bhakti Ras. So anger. So classical example given here is of like Rohini Mata. She is scolding Yashoda Mai when the 2 Arjuna trees fell in the compound of Nand Maharaj. Then Rohini Ma, out of anger, she says to Yashoda Mai that although you are very expert in chastising little Krishna and giving him punishment, but you were not careful, how is it possible that you were not careful in tying Krishna to such a place where he might get hurt? So there this Raudra, this anger bhakti ras is exhibited. And similarly, young gopis, when they showed their anger over Krishna when Krishna mistreated Radharani. So this is another example of anger bhakti ras. And sixth bhakti ras is dread or bhayanak bhakti ras. So the classical example given here is again of Kaliya Nag, when after being chastised by Lord Krishna very severely, then he realizes, he came to his senses and he realized that I was fighting with the Supreme Personality of Godhead himself, and fearing an offense towards God, he takes shelter of Lord Krishna. So there this dread or bhayanak bhakti ras is created. And similarly, when Yashodama, she sees Keshi demon, and when she has heard about the recent disturbances created by Keshi demon in Vrindavan, in Gokul, then she was fearful of Krishna's safety. So this is another example. And the seventh bhakti ras is vibhatsva or ghastliness or feeling of guilt. Now when a devotee practicing Krishna consciousness, he realizes, he gets this vivek, the intelligence, when he sees that I was so much interested in satisfying this material world, I was so much satisfied in satisfying my body, I was so much engrossed in satisfying my senses, then he feels the guilt and he wants to do devotion. And that time this vibhats bhakti ras is created. At that time he wants to spit upon his past undevotional activities. He wants to spit over his past life. So there this vibhats bhakti ras is created. And another example given over here is of a small fetus when he is inside the embryo of the mother, when he is inside the womb of the mother, and he realizes that I am surrounded by this stool and urine and I am in such a bad state. So he prays to Lord Krishna that please take me out of this situation, I want to do devotion to you. So this is another example of vibhats bhakti ras. Now all these bhakti rasas, these are not just the bhakti rasa which are there in the spiritual world. The mixture of these rasas creates several of permutations and combinations are there, which creates variety of rasas in the spiritual world. And why do we need to know these rasas? Because we can by properly combining two rasas, we can increase the pleasure of the Lord. For example, given one example is given when a devotee, he prays to Krishna in the form of, he compares Lord Krishna to a supreme fire, and he says that all living entities are like sparks of that supreme fire. And how can we be being a spark of that supreme fire, how can we lovingly serve you? And when that time will come when I will be able to serve you. So here the primary rasa is considering the Aishwarya of Lord. So, and worshipping him as a fire, not as personal Krishna but as fire. This is Shant Bhakti Ras. And adding to that, when he says that I being a minute spark, I want to serve you. So the secondary rasa is Dasya or a ras in the mood of servitude. So this is secondary Bhakti Rasa. So primary, and this secondary Bhakti Rasa is supporting the primary Bhakti Rasa. So this is palatable Bhakti Rasa, or this is increasing the taste of the rasa. So another example is given when the rasas are incompatible. So incompatible rasas create distasteful situations which we have to prevent, and that's why we should know. Like a sweet rice, when a sweet rice when mixed with salt object or a sour object, it distastes the sweet rice. So the example is given like a young female when she is doing her in her samadhi, when she is doing her sadhana as samadhi, and she prays and she is concentrating upon Brahma, but then simultaneously she starts praying to Lord Krishna that I want to meet you. So here Acharya explains that although she was in Shantras when she was concentrating upon the Brahma form of Lord Krishna, and simultaneously when she says that I want to meet Krishna, so the mood of that conjugal love arises in the mood of Shantras. So this creates a distasteful situation, and it decreases the impact of the primary rasa. And actually Acharya says that such a taste is not such a secondary rasa is not real, it is artificial. So that's why we need to know about these rasas. And so upon knowing all these things, we should know, by knowing these rasas, either we can increase the pleasure of Lord Krishna, first thing, or we might sometimes mistakenly we can decrease the pleasure of Lord Krishna, and that's why knowing these rasas, this combination of rasas is very important. And third point is that these rasas are produced only when there is a groundwork of love. When there is foundation of love, then only these rasas will become manifest. Otherwise, on their own, this bhayanak, this hasya, this will not create any rasas. That's what is happening with us in the material world. We are at the level of bodies, hence although we are laughing with each other, we are seemingly enjoying with each other, but there is no rasa because there is selfishness within. So the love is the basis of all these rasas. And the next lesson what we learned is, because of so much variety in the spiritual world, that means that spiritual world is not distasteful. It has got so much of variety, it has got so much of pleasure, that's why in the past, as we have seen in the Vedic culture, that so many pious kings with their kingdom, they left their kingdom, they left their beautiful wives to taste this rasa, because this is at a higher level what we are experiencing in this material world. And another lesson what we gain from this is, like Srila Prabhupada says, that to taste these rasas we need to focus on the dealings between the devotees, and that's why Srila Prabhupada said that read Krishna book daily. And to so that these rasas become manifest, a devotee sometimes need to hide the Aishwarya of Lord, and that's why this Golok Dham is above Vaikuntha Dham, where there is no Aishwarya of Lord Krishna, and Krishna just enjoys with his friends, with his lovers. And the last point is that more important, that although service is important, but more important than service is the mood of the service. And whose mood? It's not our mood. Actually, more than our mood is what is important is the mood of Krishna, because we have to give pleasure to Krishna. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai.